dreamers, and welcome back. Scorpio, this is your reading. And again, guys, these are general readings, so only take whatever resonates, and please, please, please leave the rest. Um, mm, you're in a space of like being unbothered right now. You Scorpios have really been working really hard towards um accomplishing or trying to have financial stability. There is a sense here of feeling like things are moving in a better direction for you, feeling like you're finally getting your, I was gonna say your foot above water, but I'm not exactly sure what that means. What I'm picking up more is this sense of like, I'm sorry guys, um like stability, some type of stability, some types of profound type of oh god, I'm sorry. Oh my god, 'cause I I'm sorry. I'm just seeing something that is like so funny. I'm gonna share it. So I'm like, as I'm looking and I'm talking about like stability and everything, I keep on seeing like this mermaid just like lounging on the beach, right? She's just like with her, she's like with her tail, like just like carefree and enjoying life, but she's holding like this orb or this bowl in her hand, and it's almost kind of like this mermaid, excuse me, is holding the world in her hand, and she's kind of like nonchalant about life, and it's like the way that she was moving was just it was so funny. um it was just, god, so what do mermaids represent? So they're associated with transformation, freedom, and spiritual awakening. Um, so they usually have to do with the feminine energy, intuition, subconscious mind. Um, but what I'm picking up more out of this energy is literally like this the freedom of like not needing to worry about like your finances. I feel that you, for those of you that are single, I feel like you're trying to like learn to be in that space. um I'm not exactly sure how successful you're gonna be at staying single. There's something, there's still a space within you that you, it's almost kind of like either you feel your best or you do your best when you're in a relationship, but you're finding out or you're realizing that maybe you have never really like dated yourself, never really dated yourself, and some of you are meant to be dating yourself during this time, not necessarily looking to be in a relationship. And I think that that's where this energy or the space of like the mermaid comes in. It's like you're learning to really just be with yourself, and you're learning to like love yourself and care for yourself. I don't know, it's very weird the way that this energy is coming in, because it's like through all of this there is somebody that you're holding a connection with. Now when I say that, I don't think that you're physically with this person. It seems more of like a daydreaming type of thing, where you're maybe, this may be somebody from your past, and we're going to clarify that to see. But there is a sense of like somebody, whether I don't know if you're trying to get back with somebody from your past, or you want somebody back from your past, but you're trying to become the person that, all right, this is gonna get tricky, okay, so try to follow me. There was somebody that you dated or somebody that you were with who had, who saw certain potential in you with certain things, right? Whether it was career wise, whether it was spiritually, whether it was um whatever it was within a relationship, with behave, whatever, this person saw potential in you and something, and they verbalized this potential that they saw in you. But at that moment when you were in this relationship, this connection, or whatever it was, you were not ready to live up to that potential. So the way that the message, who the, oh, okay, because of who delivered the message, you took it as this person trying to control you. You took it as this person trying to change you. When in reality, they wanted you to achieve what it is that you're achieving right now, that freedom that you feel, right? So there is a replaying of conversations or of that connection that you had with this individual. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying it because you are going to go back with them, or that you're chasing them, or they're chasing you, or anything like that. No, but there is like this space of like serenity, or the space of love between you and this person, whether it is you just being grateful that they brought certain things up to you, like they brought certain things out to your attention, even though you didn't act on them in that time, you're acting on them now. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, because it's getting a little like, the way that it's coming up, it's like, okay, I need to try to explain this, because people, some people only hear what they want to hear, right? So again, there is this sense of like you dating yourself, you learning or trying to experience who you are outside of relationships, and you pretty much like who you are about 80% of the time. Scorpio is what I'm going to say. There are certain things that you want to address. There are certain things that you feel that you want to improve, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with growing and evolving. That is what we're here for. But it's kind of interesting, this connection with this person, because the way that it's coming up is like they're pretty much like, again, I don't see you with them, but I see you with them. So this may be like in your thoughts, in your dreams, this person is with you. Um, but I don't see you physically with this person, at least not during this time. Now, whether that's going to change or not, I don't know. We would have to see. Um, so here we have, for your first two cards, we had the Five of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles, which is in the reverse, the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Lovers with the Knight of Swords is in the reverse. The Lovers came up in the upright position. And then we have the Ace of Cups, and then we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. So it's kind of funny that all your second cards to each set were in the reverse, and all your first were in the upright. And again, guys, I read these intuitively. They kind of like tell a story to me of what it is that I have to communicate. So there is a sense of like, again, there was an internal struggle here of wanting to figure, like, God, how would I say it? Because this feels very much like the space of like what I've been told about who I am versus who I really am, but struggling even to acknowledge that that was the space, or even like even to acknowledge the fact that there was a possibility that someone else was controlling your narrative was something that you didn't want to face, or something that you didn't want to deal with. And through this relationship with this person, whoever this individual was, you were able, and it's funny because it didn't happen while you were in the relationship. I feel like this is after you got out of this relationship. You're able to realize like the things that this person was either nagging to you about, or that was trying to, it's almost kind of like they were trying to include you into something. They were trying to push you in a certain direction so that you can realize certain things, so you can see certain things, whether this person is very spiritually or intuitively there was here a dismissing of the messages because of who the messages came through with. So even though it took the relationship with that person ending in order for you to go ahead and make, and I don't want to say so much changes, because I feel like this is something that this was inside of you all along. You just kind of, you kind of didn't allow it to surface out. You didn't allow it to come out. You kind of like suppressed this part of yourself, whether it was because you were told, or you were taught as a child that you would never amount to anything, or I don't know what it was. There was something here that you you suppressed this greatness in you. You suppressed this potential that this ex saw in you, and you suppressed it so much that again, anything this person said to you, you saw it as a like a manipulative or like a controlling tactic. Instead, this person was trying to get you to where it is that you are now, when it comes to getting to a place where you really see yourself, you really see who you are. So you're in this space of like really wanting to, I want to say like, I don't know, it's weird because it's like you're not, again, you're not physically with them, but they're like all over your energy. So whether it is that you're sitting in a space of gratefulness towards this person, or you're trying to, okay, there it is. So for some of you, you're trying to reconnect with this person, not necessarily like in a romantic way. You can be trying to connect with this person at a friend level, but there's a part of you that is longing to have this person in your life, even if it's not romantic. There is a sense here that some of you, like, you know that whatever you guys had, or whatever romantic relationship was there before, is not coming back around. There's something that was, there was a trust issue, there was something here that was broken, there was something here that um that is just not gonna work, if that makes sense. And there's a sense of, okay, what can our relationship be like now, if not romantic? Like, can we genuinely be friends? Can we genuinely like co-parent? Can we genuinely be co-workers? Whatever it is, that dynamic of a relationship, you're trying to, can you guys be friends with benefits? Whatever it is, right? Like, for everybody's going to be different, but there is this rediscovering of somebody that you hold very close to your heart. And it's not necessarily that you want them, that you want to be back with them, but it's also you don't want them, you don't want to lose them completely out of your life. So this person is meant to be in your life, maybe just in a different way than how they were, and you're trying to navigate that space during this time of like how, you see, and this is where it gets a little tricky, because some of you are going to misunderstand the energy, and you think that this energy, this surfacing of energy is coming back up in order to be with this person romantically. And it's like, no, 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 that's not the way that it's being shown. You guys are meant to be in each other's life, but not in a romantic way. Not at this point, anyways. There is here a very beautiful friendship that can come out of this, but the romantic or sexual aspects of it has to be removed. And again, this doesn't really matter whether you're in a like same-sex relationship or not. This is just really, again, this is somebody from your past. This may have been somebody you broke up with like 5 years ago or 5 months ago. But again, this person is coming back around to be in your life as a friend. That's what I'm picking. So let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card for Scorpio. So this is a very Again, I feel the financially stable energy that you guys are having at this moment in time is very beautiful. It's allowing you guys to feel a little bit more carefree, a little bit more like daydreaming. Do be careful who you are investing your financial gains in, Scorpio. I feel like you are, for those of you that are dating or trying to date somebody, there is somebody that, and I think this is why this card is coming up. The storm card. There is somebody that sees you shining or sees your glow up, your success or whatever. And this person comes in as they're masqueraded, or they're coming in as if they're in the same position as you are, or they like, whether it's like financially or spiritually or whatever, somebody comes in with a mask, like quote unquote like matching energy, but the minute that you allow them in, they show their true nature, and it's like they either need, they start to take a lot from you. So we have the storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. So the fact that you guys are in a space right now, that's number 44, in a space right now where you're celebrating and where you've come to like this financial stability, right? That maybe you didn't have a few months ago, right? This is something that took some time to get to. Um, just when you thought things were taking a turn for the better, in came a hurricane of hurt. Now you find yourself utterly exhausted from trying to survive it all. Rest assured, the clouds are finally starting to part, making room for a much needed sun. Like the clouds, you should also let go of the past and present pain in order to make room for something better. So when this person, or when you start to have dreams, or you find yourself thinking about this person from the past, again, remember, it is not because you're meant to be with them romantically. I feel that for a lot of you, this is, there may be one of you that may be the exception, right? But for most of you, this is coming in as an energy of friendship. But just because you come to realize that this person is meant to be in your life in another way other than romantically, do not run into someone else's arms. Because I feel that if you quote unquote feel rejected by this person from the past, and you jump into something else with someone new that is quote unquote matching your energy, like they're checking off all of your boxes, this is like a false mask, or false, like oh my God, what is the word that I'm looking for? It's like a false presentation of who they really are. So somebody is really good at first impressions, but once you get to know them, or once you get to spend some time with them, you start to see that the way that they present to themselves in the beginning is not matching who they really are. So if you're running from one relationship to the next, just be very careful with that type of energy, Scorpio. But other than that, in order to avoid you running into another storm or allowing yourself to get into that space, be very mindful of who it is that you're connecting with. There is a few of you that, yes, you're giving a second chance with somebody from the past. But for those of you that is, it's almost kind of like the other, I feel like the other person is making the first move, not necessarily you. Or both of you are like saying the same thing at the same time. It's like there's no denying it, if that makes sense. And that is for very, very few of you. For most of you, this is just a friendship that is going to rekindle between you and someone from the past. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you at this moment in time. As always, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.